Let's end this.
A silence hung in the air as General Achilleus turned towards Peleus.
What in the hells is wrong with you, Peleus? Move!
Where are we going, sir?
To the front, boy. This is the end. The thrice accursed end. I've given the tech priests their orders. They can end this world if they like. And if we must buy them time to activate the tectonic disruptors, well then I'd rather die fighting than waiting for some planet-shattering cataclysm. Have the tech priests finished rousing the spirit of Terra's vengeance?
Yes, sir. Your Baneblade is prepared. It almost seemed as if a weight had been lifted from the old man's shoulders, as he moved with more purpose and conviction than he had in years. Sir, we're all about to die, yet you seem in good spirits.
Naturally, Peleus. It is a rare thing for a man to know the time and manner of his death. I know mine is now, and I have the rare opportunity to choose how I die. So, what is there to fret about? What logistics and equipment manifests and supply lines do I have to concern myself with? There are 1,000 loathsome wearinesses in life, and they have all been lifted from my shoulders because we are finally at the end. How can a man not find comfort in that, Peleus?
Well, if I may speak candidly, sir, I think I would have liked a few dozen more years before I died in a blaze of glory. Lord General Achilleus placed a hand on the young man's shoulder.
Well, then you shall simply have to kill a remarkable number of Xenos, won't you, Peleus?
Yes, sir. On the battlements of the fortress, Guardsman Tills felt like the smallest drop of water in a churning tempestual ocean. Cataclysmic weaponry tore through the air and rent the very earth itself. All was naught but blinding light and deafening sound. Tills had seen battles, even large ones, but he had seen nothing like this. It was a terrifying display. The gods themselves seemed to have come down from the skies to battle on this shattered world. The guardsman couldn't even think of what he was doing. He must have been fighting. He must have been following orders. Otherwise the commissar would have disposed of him long ago. Or perhaps the commissar, the most implacable and unshakable man that he had ever met, also stood in awe of the ancient machines of war and their terrible weapons. Tills felt his heart soar as the god machines erupted, vaporizing legions of enemies before them. The golden light of the Emperor had truly come to cleanse this world. But then, the Xenos weaponry of the enemy returned fire. Sickly green arcs of light slammed into the void shields of the mighty machines. Many of the lesser titans were quickly overwhelmed, the wicked green light stripping away adamantium, plasteel, and ceramite as if it was nothing. Armored columns and infantry moved in to support the titans, like ants scurrying around their feet, adding their own volleys to the fight. Suddenly, Tills felt a hand grasp him hard on the shoulder. He turned to see his commissar screaming into his face, though he could hear nothing. The man was pointing towards the other men who were moving from the battlements down to join their comrades in the fight. He quickly complied, his boots slamming against rockcrete steps as he moved to the tempest down below. APCs and tanks all moved towards the main gate, which was likely to be breached at any moment. Tills could see the Lord General's very own banner flying from the back of Terra's Vengeance. Before seeing the Titans, the monstrous battle tank had been the most awe-inspiring thing the Guardsmen had ever seen. And it was still glorious to see, at the head of a mighty column of Lehman Russ battle tanks and chimeras. Just as Tills began to descend the staircase, there was a tremendous explosion. A bolt of unholy eldritch energy struck the base of the battlement. The Guardsman had only a moment of realization before he felt his feet leave the earth. He had only the vaguest awareness of what was happening around him. Light, pain, and then everything suddenly stopped, and there was only darkness as the little drop of water was swallowed by the ocean. No man do they call me, my mother and my father, and all my comrades as well. Thank you all for listening to the latest episode of The Price of Eternity. If you enjoyed what you heard, please leave a like and a comment so that you too can find comfort in your own death at the hands of a terrifying enemy. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so in order to hear more stories about the inevitability of death and robots. If you would like to support me, there are links in the description to my Patreon, my PayPal, and my merch store. And if you have absolutely no idea what's going on, you can click on the Price of Eternity playlist, which should be appearing on screen right now. Thank you all once again very much for listening. No Man out.